Alright, what I'm going to do in this video is to go over Lab 7 and make some comments on one of the programs I got submitted. And there's a few videos on doing this, but I'll go through and make specific comments. You might remember we have a parking lot with 20 spaces per level, and it's automating the parking lot. In this lab, I want you to use a number of different functions. On the first level, I want you to use an up-down counter. And the Click PLC has up-down counters, but I'd rather you not use that. In fact, I specify that you have to use an up counter and a down counter so that your programming is more generic. There's a number of PLCs that do not have up-down counter functions, and so this is a way for you to work with the copy command and the up and down counters functions. In level 2, you have to use some math functions of add and subtract, and I'll go through all of that for you. So this is the specs, and I'm getting the feeling that a number of people are not going to the second page and looking at the additional instructions. And so here they are. You've got additional instructions here, and right here, you must use the add int and sub int instructions for level 2. Okay, go through all of that. Now I'm going to bring this up, and this is the student's submission. We got a number of problems here. In first scan right here, that is only going to allow this counter to go up on the first scan. But it's being held in reset all the time. Well, let me go and flip my switch there, and okay. I'm going to turn the reset off, so technically it's not in reset all the time. Okay? But as you can see, I'm pushing level 1 in, and nothing is happening because this first scan contact is preventing power flow to the up input. And the same thing down here. I'm not sure why first scan was thrown in there all the time, but okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that out, take that out, and take that out. Now, there are 3 counters here, and in the specs it said you only use 2 counters. Okay? An up counter and a down counter. And all of these other things are all the flags and doing the numerical comparisons and everything. And when you're comparing, you don't have to put these in here. There's nothing. You just compare every cycle. So we're going to delete these. Okay. Now, I see almost full on CT3. That really isn't an almost full bit. That's a full bit. That only goes true when that reaches a set point. Okay, I see what he's doing here. He's got another counter in there and changed the set point to 15. No, we don't do it that way. Okay? You can do comparisons, and that was the point of using comparisons like this. I see you're doing level 2 there. Okay? But here's the problem. You're comparing 0 less than 20. 20 greater than 0. That will always happen and go true. It should be counting, or comparing, I should say. It should be comparing the data value for level 2. So I'm going to go in address picker. We're going to see what's in here. See, we've got level 1. Okay, that's all good. Let's go look at the outputs. Level 1 full, 2 full, 1 and 2 room in the lot, 1 and 2 empty, 1 and 2 almost full. Okay, now I'm going to go to CTD down here. Okay, CTD1 is That's level 1 up count, as it's going up. Okay? And CTD2, for whatever reason, he's got CTD7 in here, but we're going to change that to be CTD2. That's your down count. Now, you need a data storage, okay? And this will be, there's your level 2 count. We'll come back to all of that later, okay? Now, I'm going to change this to CT2. There we go. Okay. So you can see 2 full, 1 full. There we go. And what happens here? Well, let me just go and write the project in, and we'll see what happens. Okay. A counter timer is used without a corresponding timer. Okay. Oh. There's a down. That's okay. All right. Let's go double click on this error message. Oh. It's telling me I'm not using that, so we'll change that to, just to keep it in line with everything, we will change it to CT2. Okay? We'll come back and change that later. I'm going to write the project. Oh, another one. Where is that? Okay, again, CT2. Okay, the empty bit did not really make sense in the room bit. Okay, so we're going to go and fix that later. And we'll try and write it again and see how many more errors we got out there. Okay, it looks like we're okay now. It's writing out there. Okay. Okay. So we've got 0, and look at here, we've got 17 in the down counter. All right, let me reset everything. Okay. And now we'll go up. You notice that my count is not going up over here on the down counter. So there's no way for this to keep track of both things. Okay? And this says full, but it actually should be empty. Let's go back to address picker. CT2 is, and that should be 1. And it's not going to let me do that because I've got that down there. We don't have CT8. We're not using all of these. So we should only have 2 counters in this lab. Okay. CT1 is level 1 full, CT2 is 1 empty. Okay, we got that squared away. Now, in my modules, there's a whole lot of stuff in there about using up and down counters and using a copy command or a move command to move the values between these counters. And so I'm going to come in here, I'm going to insert a couple of rungs, and then what I'm going to do is every time, unconditional copy, right there. And we're going to go from CTD1 to CTD2. Okay? Now what that's going to do is going to take whatever value is in CTD1, it'll move it into CTD2. Okay? Now we got to do the same thing here when we're done with that. Now we're going to go CTD2 into CTD1. All right? Now, any operation on here will cause this to go up. They'll move that new value into here. Any operation will cause it to go down. And then this function here, this operation, will cause that value to be put back up into here. So let's go write that and see what happens. Okay, here we go. You can see this. I've got 4, 4, and 4. Let me go reset it. Everything's back to 0. Let's go up, 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 up. Hey, now check that out. All the values are the same there. The down counter goes down. Now let me try. I'm going to go and go out. So it goes down. Oh, check that out. All right. Now, I'm going to go up to 20. Okay. The one full goes high. I'm going to go back down to 0. There you go. The one empty goes high. Okay. So, the one full, there's that output there. One empty, we're going to get rid of this. There's no reason for that to be there. Okay, so there's your full and empty. Now, in this, we have an almost full and room in the lot. Okay, those are comparisons. We're going to get rid of this rung. And we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to say compare. Compare. And what do we want to compare? We want to compare the value in the counter. CTD1, level 1 up count. That's what we want to compare, not 0 or anything else. And if it's greater than or equal to, well, let me go back and see exactly what it says on the specs. Okay. And you've got here we go. Room in the lot is 15 or less cars. Almost full when it's greater than 15 and less than 20. All right. There's our answer. Come back over to here. And so if this is CTD1, you want to say greater than 15, greater than 15, there we go. And do another compare. CTD1 is less than 20. Okay, and this should be greater than 15 and less than 20. We got almost full. Okay, now room in the lot is when we are 15 or less. Let me get rid of this. We also don't need that. Okay, so room in the lot, we're going to do a good comparison. CTD1 is less than or equal to 15. So if CTD1 is less than or equal to 15, we got room. And you know what? We should probably, I don't know if that's in the spec there, but I was thinking if it's 0, we should qualify it for being greater than 0. But technically, we got room in the lot if there's 0 to 15. Okay? Now, the same process has to be done down here with these, because these comparisons won't work. Nothing will happen. It's just going to pass it through. 0 is always going to be less than 20. 20 is always going to be greater than 0. And so that's just going to always pass power flow. So these won't operate correctly. Okay? So let's go and do this. Okay? You can see this is happening all the time. I'm going to write this in there. Okay, so we've got count, everything all set up there, and we can go up, 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 up. Let's go look at the flags down here. Level 1 is not full, level 1 is not empty, it's not almost full, but it does have room in the lot. Okay, so we're going to keep on going. There we go, it changed. It's almost full. Okay, now we keep going. Now we are full. All right, now we got an interesting case here. What happens if we come all the way down? I told you can put more than 20 in there, because if you got 20 in the lot on level 1, now we got 24 in there. Okay, that means we've got 4 cars that can find space up on lot level 2. Now I'm going to go down. Okay, go all the way down to 0. Now we're down to 0. What happens if one more car leaves? We don't have a car to leave, but watch what happens to the counter. It goes -1, -2. Minuses don't make sense here, do they? So what we want to do then is come over here and put another contact in right here. And that's going to be CT2. As long as this lot is not empty, we can keep taking cars out of it. So I'll write that in there. Okay, now I'm going to sit there and try and take a car out, but you see CT2 is false. It's not going to provide power flow. I can't make it go down anymore. But we started off with it being -3. Now I could either operate the reset now to reset everything, or we can use that first scan contact. Okay, let's do that. We're going to come up here, we're going to insert a rung, give a contact here, and we'll go find it. SC, all right, and we want first scan right there. So if it's the first scan, and the first scan only, that contact will close. So then what we're going to do is we're going to do a copy, and we're going to say 0 is going to go into CTD1. Okay? That will clear it out. And I'm going to get you set up for the next one. Do another one. Another first scan. And let's go look at the address picker. Data store 1 is what we want. I'm going to do a copy right here from 0 into DS1. Okay? Now, you can put reset in parallel with this and accomplish that at any time other than the first scan. But what this will do, okay, we know that we've got -3 in there right now. I'm going to write it. So on the first scan only, it'll clear okay, you can see it all started off as 0, okay, and I can go up. I've got 2, now I'm going to go down. 1, I'm at 0, so I can't go below 0. That's good. Okay, I can go over 20, but I can't go below 0. So I'm going to wrap this video up here. I've gone way over my normal time for these, and I'm going to leave this for another video to talk about adding and subtracting from level 2 and taking care of that work at level 2. Okay, and I'll leave this for you guys to fix this and get the comparisons right. Look at this right now. All these outputs are high, which really is meaningless. There you go. Hopefully this will get you going in the right way.